This is the painting that was taking out the pain that I went through having a child. Yeah, it was the memory and the energy that I wanted to release that was really in me, because that experience I wanted to tell everybody about it.
It's so interesting because we always talk with your paintings, or people talk about the relationship with dreams, and this is very much something that's really happened, but still it's as it is in your mind. So it does have a relationship with your memory, or an image in your mind as much as reality that you're painting with.
Yeah.
And here you're moving. Are you already painting with printing ink here?
There's printing. The red patterns are printing.
And the paint, what kind of paint are you using? Is it paint or is it ink?
It's ink, because I want to also print.
Right.
So I just want to use the same as I use the inks also.
So you were a printmaker from early days, actually.
Yeah.
And then if we move around to these paintings, sometimes it moves to me between being very positive and very despairing. I don't know.
It's like that person who is like wanting something so desperately.
Okay.
That's the woman in these paintings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so desperately that they cannot do anything without the presence of God. Yeah, so in desperate need. Yeah.
And the cross behind her is...
It's in her mind, because she is sleeping in the presence of God. Like she's thinking that you are the only help I could get right now. Yeah, so she's moving between desperation and loneliness and hope, I suppose. And hope.
Yeah. And here the printing is on her dress. And so it's later that these kinds of prints begin to move off the fabric.
Yeah.
So here we've got the pattern. The pattern is serving the painting. The pattern is describing the figure, but also it's a more complex surface of the painting now.
It's the veil, when we put a veil, we are saying this is sacred, like a marriage is. That's the idea of having this lace. It's a sacred thing. It's something very special.
So whenever we see lace in your paintings, there is the presence of the sacred, or something special and important.
Yeah. Sometimes I used it as a protection. Sometimes, like in that, it was a veil of protection, like the presence of the angels.
Because this is called embraced and protected in you, so that they are angels protecting these figures.
Yeah, so sometimes I use the lace so that, it covers the people and it brings out the protection. Yeah.
Like an angel's wing, or that sense that somebody is holding you.
Yeah. This was when I was also pregnant with my daughter now. Yeah, I was always sick from day one. Up to the day I delivered. I was always sick, very sick. So I needed that embrace and the protection. I was so scared to die. I was so scared to lose my child. I was very scared. Yeah.
And is this figure the same figure twice? Is it you?
Yeah, it's the same figure twice. And there is the angel protecting and embracing behind.
And still it's printing and painting, but not yet any wax. You've not started to work with the wax yet.
No wax yet.
Okay, so the process of this painting, you're outlining it first, you draw it on the canvas, and then more painting and then printing.
It comes together.
Okay.
Sometimes it's vice versa, sometimes it tells me what to do.
The painting itself tells you what it needs and what it wants.
It tells me what it needs.
Let's talk a little bit about this painting. This is a very complex painting with many figures.
This is when I started using, flower, like batik.
Right.
Yeah. I was in India and I had a dream that there were like animals, the bull coming to eat us, me with my siblings. The moment after that dream, then the following day I was calling my family and they were all sick, you know. So that is all about that painting.
So the painting has to be made so that the dream doesn't win?
No, the painting is telling the history of what had happened, and then I will have a series of other paintings that fights against the bulls, against the sickness, against all these things. So it's a series of paintings that comes after the painting of the dream.
So some of the paintings are more descriptive of a dream, and others are taking it on.
Yeah, exactly.
Here in this room we get the presence of wax.
Yeah.
And what brought you to working with wax?
Because when I used flour, I have to dip it in water, so the paint was reacting to water.
It will be diluted, I suppose. It affects the colour. It dilutes the colour.
Exactly.
So working with wax is a way you don't have to dilute the colour.
No, I don't have to dilute it. I just have to peel off the wax. Now I just scrape it with a spoon.
So it gives another layer of physicality that you're engaged with the painting.
Yes.
And here, I know this is a very, very complex surface, this painting. So is this a painting of a dream, or is this a painting working with a dream?
So this is where I traveled. This is what I went and saw in the dream. And that one was like my mother. It was my mother. There were 5 people surrounding her, and they wanted to put her in a big pit. So that's the idea of, you see, do you see a figure down there?
So this is the figure of your mother?
Yeah, and these were the women that were surrounding her. I don't know what they wanted to do to her, but it was not something good.
So this, in a way, is the describing painting. Yeah. This is what happened. This is where your mind went, and then you make other paintings which will help. Yeah. So I'm interested in this. Do the other paintings help you come to terms with the dream? Do they help you be able to cope with the dream, to live with the dream, or are you using the dream to make the paintings?
I'm using the dream to fight the energies, the bad energies. I'm using the dream to tell me the future. I'm using the dream to record the events of my life.
It's quite hard to see this figure in this painting, but when you see the relationship of this figure to these two paintings, then you can see the figure in orange, quite far inside the painting.
Yeah, same as this one also. It's like she is there being protected by these 2 people. I don't know if you see the figure, this is the figure. They are now taking you out from the pit.
So tell us what's happening in Fallen People.
Here I had this dream that this woman was like seated in like almost a cave. It was really dark, but she was surrounded by these owls. They were like owls. I saw myself as these people, you know, that way, like coming to her. I don't know what that meant, but I just painted it as it is. You know, we believe in our culture that owls, people use them for evil things. This bird is very intelligent, so I think people use it for different purposes. But she had the owls. And also in our culture, we believe that we don't, if you see an owl during midday, it's a message. One of your relatives will die or something like this, midday.
Tell me about this painting.
We were under a tree in that dream. During that time, I was pregnant with my last born child, and The rats, they felt like they wanted to take my baby from me.
And the figures kneeling?
The protectors.
Protectors?
Yeah.
And it seems a painting that is to do with the outside, that forms. Are they leaves? It seems, yeah.
Under a tree, so the pink thing is the tree, and then with the leaves.
And now I'm interested to talk, if you wouldn't mind, a little bit about the use you make of the white space in the paintings.
I need that empty space so that God can fill it in.
I feel I'm not completely in charge of everything, and I'm seeking grace upon grace, like always, whatever I'm doing. So I always leave that space so that it can be filled by a higher power.
This is the same dream, but it's a different version. On this one, I felt like there was victory inside me. They cannot touch me, the rats. But still, the presence is there. But I felt like they cannot touch me because now those figures are downstairs, these ones, now they are surrounding me.
Oh, I see.
That's how I felt.
So the figure of you, is that yellow?
It's that yellow now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this one, I felt like I'm covered, I'm protected, I'm surrounded with these people.
We have the tree again and the leaves.
Yeah, and also there's this printing now, which is like taking the reds away somehow.
This printing here.
Yeah.
And what are you printing with? Is it a card?
It's a
card print.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a dream that happens. So it's a development of the dream that's happening in the painting. You're strong because of the painting.
Yeah.
So in the dream you're terrified.
Yeah.
In the because of this painting is a bit more hopeful.
Yeah, I'm shutting down the dream now. I'm shutting down the feeling from the dream now. I'm myself now. I'm like fighting now. Yeah, with this one. Yeah. Yeah.
And the painting does that. The painting helps you do that.
The painting helps me do that. Also in this one, I'm fighting the rats. I'm fighting. I know I can fly away from the rats.
Yeah.
I know I can go away, So it's a continuation of that. There, I'm praying about it, that the rats must go away. So the rats here, they simply represents a bad energy, I'm fighting that. And there, now it's like I'm taking out the rats, taking them away from my surroundings. This is the victory painting.
The victory painting.
Yeah. We are leaving all this behind us. We are flying. We are just going away.
And this is you and your family, your siblings?
And
or you and
yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of white in this painting. The white is doing a lot of work. It's also leaving a lot of space.
Leaving a lot of space. It's the presence now that I felt so much that is lifting us up high. Now it's time to go high.